Charlotte Bronte's Jane Eyre is a landmark in English literature, not only for its innovative narrative structure and emotional intensity, but also for its unforgettable protagonist, Jane Eyre herself. As both the narrator and central character, Jane plays a pivotal role in shaping the story's emotional and thematic core. She embodies moral strength, feminist resilience, and spiritual depth. Her journey from an unloved orphan to a self-assured woman touches upon themes of identity, autonomy, social class, gender roles, and the struggle between passion and reason. This essay explores Jane Eyre's role in the narrative, her symbolic significance, and the broader implications of her character. Role in the narrative. From the outset, Jane Eyre is a Bildungsroman, a novel of development, and Jane is its moral and emotional compass. The story is told in the first person, meaning readers experience the events and emotional upheavals directly through Jane's eyes. This narrative choice grants her immense power. She is not just a character in the story, but also its chronicler and interpreter. The emotional transparency and psychological realism in her voice make her struggles relatable and her development compelling. Jane's life unfolds in 5 distinct settings: Gateshead, Lowood School, Thornfield Hall, Moor House, and finally, Ferndean. Each location represents a phase in her growth and a confrontation with different societal or personal challenges: family rejection, institutional cruelty, romantic desire, spiritual testing, and eventual reconciliation. Jane's moral integrity and evolving selfhood anchor each phase of the novel. Her decisions, especially those made at key moral junctures, like her refusal to become Mr. Rochester's mistress or to marry St. John Rivers without love, affirm her autonomy and moral conviction. Symbolic significance. Jane is a symbol of integrity and inner strength. As an orphan, poor and plain, she lacks the traditional advantages of beauty, wealth, or social status, yet she asserts herself in a world that consistently tries to silence her. Her insistence on being treated as an equal, especially in her relationship with Mr. Rochester, becomes a bold challenge to the Victorian gender hierarchy. Unlike many heroines of her time, Jane does not seek validation through male approval. She seeks mutual respect and spiritual equality. This is most evident when she tells Rochester, "I am not talking to you now through the medium of custom, conventionalities, nor even of mortal flesh. It is my spirit that addresses your spirit." Jane also functions as a symbolic bridge between reason and passion. Her inner life is often marked by conflict between these forces. The fire and ice metaphor pervades the novel, symbolizing this tension. For instance, the madwoman in the attic, Bertha Mason, is frequently seen as a manifestation of Jane's suppressed desires and fears. While Jane never descends into madness or unbridled passion, her encounter with Bertha and her decision to leave Thornfield suggest her awareness of the dangerous extremes of unchecked emotion. Thus, Jane symbolizes the Victorian ideal of balance, passion tempered by reason and love guided by morality. Moreover, Jane's physical appearance, described as plain and unremarkable, is a deliberate symbolic choice by Brontë. It enables the reader to focus on her intellectual and moral qualities rather than her looks. Jane becomes a vessel for exploring how character, not appearance, determines a person's worth. This serves as a counter-narrative to the typical romantic heroine and redefines beauty as something inward and enduring. Broader implications. In a patriarchal society where women's roles were narrowly defined, Jane's journey asserts the right of a woman to think, feel, and choose independently. Her resistance to male control, be it from Mr. Brocklehurst, Rochester, or St. John, emphasizes Bronte's challenge to Victorian norms. Jane refuses to be objectified or spiritually dominated. When Rochester attempts to treat her as a possession, she resists. When St. John tries to impose his religious mission upon her, she refuses again. In both cases, her choices affirm a radical assertion of female subjectivity and agency. Jane's story also critiques social class structures. Her humble beginnings place her in a precarious social position, but she refuses to be defined by class. Her intelligence and moral strength allow her to navigate and critique the unjust hierarchies around her. She calls out hypocrisy and cruelty, as seen when she stands up to Mr. Brocklehurst or later challenges Rochester's attempts to buy her affection. Jane's self-respect and spiritual richness defy conventional class distinctions. Furthermore, Jane Eyre touches on religious and spiritual themes through Jane's internal moral compass. Her spirituality is profoundly personal and grounded in love, not dogma. While St. John represents a cold, ascetic religiosity, Jane seeks a faith that embraces compassion and joy. Her final decision to reunite with Rochester, not out of weakness, but of spiritual fulfillment, reflects her belief in divine justice and human equality. In the context of literary history, Jane Eyre's character was groundbreaking. She paved the way for more complex, psychologically nuanced female protagonists. Bronte's presentation of Jane as a full-thinking, feeling person, capable of moral choices, anger, rebellion, and love, was revolutionary. Her character transcends the time in which she was written, resonating with modern readers as a symbol of resilience and individuality. Conclusion: Jane Eyre is a remarkable literary creation whose narrative function, symbolic depth, and thematic implications elevate Charlotte Bronte's novel into a timeless exploration of human identity and social justice. As the narrator, she gives the story its emotional truth and psychological depth. As a symbol, she represents the struggle to reconcile passion and principle, independence and love. As a social figure, she challenges classist and patriarchal norms, offering a vision of female empowerment and moral integrity. Her journey, from mistreated orphan to self-possessed woman, is one of literature's most enduring portrayals of personal growth and spiritual fulfillment. In redefining what it means to be a heroine, Jane Eyre remains a powerful voice in the literary canon, speaking to generations about the value of self-respect, equality, and love on one's terms.